From a boss who tackles a manager to a boss who loses his cool over disorganization. Today's video is all about the best fights on Undercover Boss. We're starting off things with one of the most heated encounters a boss has ever had on the show. Headquartered in Ohio with 5,000 employees and 65 global locations, this company is one of the leading restaurants in the world. And leading this $100 million a year wing empire is a sauce king of Cincinnati, Nader Masadi. Sometimes when you think of buffalo wings and rings, you would think of Buffalo Wild Wings, which is the major competitor, but clearly this is not a sports bar. These are claimed to be better than a sports bar as their dishes are served in China. Their menu is diverse, they cater to much older gatherings and families and children, as the owner is very emotional about the term sports bar. He started working in the restaurant industry as a dishwasher at Burger King and shortly after moved over to Taco Bell. He worked alongside his dad with his restaurant ventures throughout high school and college, and then this happened.
My dad found a Buffalo Wings and Rings franchise restaurant for sale.
Best wings, USA, Buffalo Wings and Rings.
When the big man went undercover to one of his branches, he met the manager Wes, and this is what the manager had to say.
Pete is dressed like a dork. He's got the scumbag gold chain, the thick nerd glasses, and the shiny bald head. He seems very soft, like grandma's pancakes, and we all know how soft those are.
Masada felt like Wes was being a demeanor. Wes wondered what was taking Masada so long to get changed into his uniform, as he waited for a while. Once Masada finally arrived, Wes said, "Damn, if you're gonna work back here with me, man, you're gonna have to get that lead out of your ass." He showed him around the fryers and how to use them, and gave Masada a demonstration. When the manager put the new employee to task, this is what happened.
Yeah, we see that wrist action. You look like a pretty lonely guy. You probably should have some pretty good wrist action.
With zero experience in hand, the manager made the new recruit Pete fry up 35 boneless, 15 bone-in wings, and 7 orders of fries. I mean, to remember what to cook and then remember what button does what, this is going to turn into a disaster, isn't it? While cooking up the fries, the fryer was stuck and the fries were getting overcooked. This is what the manager had to say about it.
See if you can start saucing those wings, man.
Okay.
And try and pull the anchor out of your ass.
Okay, I will.
Wes ended up throwing the fries away and also had to compensate for the food. According to Wes, he fucked up the food, cost the restaurant money, he's pissed off customers, and screwed up astronomically. He then moved the newbie to cleaning duty and said this.
So now sweep up the gigantic mess you made on the floor. You want this floor so clean, you would have sex on it.
On the floor?
Oh yeah.
He said that we would get laid on his floor, but not on the floor the newbie cleans. He then took Pete to work the microwave to serve frozen mac and cheese, but it seemed like Wes wasn't done passing his snide comments. He also said this, which tipped the scales of being a total jerk.
Kids, high school kids. The average person that works back here, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, they're dumbass. You can't ask dumb people to do smart things. I'm an ass, I'm a kid, I'm harsh.
If you thought that was crazy, then this next one is gonna make you flip. Up next is the chauffeur service company running out of Secaucus, New Jersey called Empire CLS. David Seelinger is the chairman and CEO of the worldwide chauffeur service. The company provides its customers with a luxury experience and has an interesting array of celebrity clients who use their services on a regular basis. Must be one hell of a service.
Empire CLS is a provider of luxury chauffeur transportation. Our headquarters are in Secaucus, New Jersey, but we service more than 700 cities worldwide.
Seelinger goes through a whole transformation in order to turn into Sonny, a contestant in a fake reality show trying to win money to start his new business. And boy, does his disguise work well. He looks absolutely unrecognizable after this transformation.
While undercover, I'll be posing as Sonny, the subject of a fake reality show, trying to win money to start a new business. I don't know how they'll spot me looking like that.
After working as a chauffeur and then as an instructor, Sonny is now at the headquarters to work in dispatch and gain a little more knowledge as to what the job requires, as this is an integral part of his business. The dispatch is what makes sure that communication from the company as well as the customers runs smoothly without many hiccups.
I'm in Secaucus, New Jersey today, which is Empire CLS's corporate headquarters, and I'm going to be working in the dispatch environment. Dispatch is responsible for all the logistic decisions, dealing with customers, where the chauffeurs are going.
Hoping that his disguise won't fail him, Sonny braves into the headquarters, which, by the way, he visits on a daily basis. Looks like it's going to be tough to not get caught.
My greatest fear being at this facility is that I will get caught. I'm seen here a lot, but hopefully, with this great disguise, I won't be seen.
After being introduced to the job, Sonny jumps into action by making his first call as a customer service agent. While doing this, a customer who has a complaint is putting up a ruckus, and instead of handling it well, Anthony, the dispatch personnel teaching Sonny, takes things into his own hands and gives a rude attitude to the customer.
You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him. You tell me. I want your answer. I don't want him to tell me what we got to do. This is our company. This is your ride.
When Anthony was handling this issue with a passenger, that is a very simple thing to resolve. The customer's right.
The customer who tries to resolve an issue is shut down by Anthony, and the poor handling of the situation enrages Seelinger, although he doesn't take a rash decision and blow his cover.
You're lying to me. I'm adding an extra stop.
I wanted to grab the phone from him. The customer wants to make an extra stop, and he's telling you that it's en route. The customer is always right.
Later during the boss reveal, Seelinger confronts Anthony on his attitude and slowly finds out the root cause of his problem. Looks like the boss was kind enough to not jump the gun and fire his employee.
Anthony, I have to tell you, I came so close to ripping that wig off. It was completely inappropriate.
You know what the problem was? I was trying to help the chauffeur, because I speak with the chauffeurs on a personal level, and, you know, they get upset.
Thankfully, this one turned out well, but I can't say the same about the next entry on our list. We're talking about the CEO of Armando Montalongo. The man runs a house flipping business where he fixes up real estate and sells it at such a fast rate that his company has earned the title of being America's #1 house flipper. Montalongo is also a mentor to many people who attend his seminars seeking his guidance in the real estate business. He's clearly an all-rounder.
And I started flipping houses. I would take a house that was old and run down, fix it up, and sell it for a profit, and becoming America's #1 house flipper. I decided to share my knowledge with the world, how to make money in real estate just the way I do through my real estate seminars.
For the undercover operation, Montalongo disguises himself as Kevin Jones, posing to work in several departments of his company. His undercover disguise completely transforms him, and Jones is ready to get down to business.
While undercover, I'll be posing as Kevin Jones, a middle-aged man from Santa Barbara, California. So this is going to be the most difficult undercover boss ever to pull off.
While also undercover, Montalongo comes out of his disguise to run his seminar, which is a superb sight to see. He has his audience pumped up, and his fans are super crazy about him and what he teaches. Looks like he's changed quite a few lives.
Today I'm in Riverside, California, where I'll be speaking at one of my advanced seminars. When I come on stage, it's a grand entrance. We have video screens, we have music, the crowd's up, they're cranking, they're ready for their lives to be changed. It is a rock star event happening. Where's the little bag at? These students have paid to see Armando teach them how to flip houses.
Later under the guise, Jones is at Armando Montalongo headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, to work at his own call center to try and understand how smoothly things were running. Jones is there to learn how well the call centers manage their customers, who are also many of Montalongo's students. Jones is working under Amanda, a team leader at the call center. Under her wing, things are being explained well to Jones, although Jones plays it boring with no energy or enthusiasm as soon as he picks up calls. A worthy tactic to get to test his own employees. This is when suddenly a pop-up bar displays an error message on the site, and the whole server crashes. Jones is now stuck on a loading page while his business comes to a standstill. He's slowly starting to get frustrated and is not pleased with his company losing money.
Sometimes with so many systems being going in here with the same program, it tends to just hiccup sometimes.
Spinning and spinning and spinning. And now my entire business is at a standstill. I felt powerless. How often does this happen?
If we're really in here pumping, it'll happen maybe twice or so a day.
When Montalongo reaches his limit, finally he comes clean to his employees. He initially is furious with his employees for not taking action. He is disappointed and confused as to what he should do. I mean, if I was in his position, I'm sure I would.
I can't wait anymore. This problem has to be fixed now. Do you have any idea who I am? This is Armando. I'm doing an episode of Undercover Boss. In this call center, we have a major problem. You guys got to be calling IT. You've got to be all over it and have one of them here until it's fixed. You got to let me know what tools you guys need.
But this next episode saw the undercover boss get mad and take a decision that would affect all the lives of his workers. Checkers and Rallies is a rapidly growing fast food chain company that is owned by President and CEO Rick Silva. Silva goes undercover as Alex Garcia, and his employees are told that he is a contestant on a show called Second Chances. The show is where failed business owners compete in order to win a second chance at starting their own brand new business. Pretty clever cover, huh? But you know what else is clever? That you like and share our video. And guess what? It's absolutely free. And hey, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. With that said, let's see what happens with this undercover boss. Garcia is at a grill and fry station at Homestead, Florida for his first job. He is there specifically to see what it takes to stay undercover, but also to see whether his business was running smoothly or if there were any problems. Since starting to work with Todd, Garcia notices that he is not trained properly for his job, although Todd was a very diligent employee who was dedicated to his work. Todd reveals to Garcia his financial situation, and Garcia is taken aback by his heartfelt story. A boss is always concerned about his employees, and this time is no different.
I always wanted to be a chef since I was in the 7th grade. I'm all about my mom and my family, helping her out, the bills and everything like that. I'm her rock right now. I'm doing what I can, and I'm doing it to the best of my needs.
While working with Todd, the only person who seems to be annoyed by Garcia's presence is the manager of the store, Steven. Later, we are shown that this branch of Checkers was facing some serious trouble because of Steven's poor managerial skills. Steven constantly keeps distracting the other employees, creating confusion among them. Had Garcia found the weed causing his business a loss? Also, while talking to Todd, Garcia fed more about Steven's role as the manager and how he was too rude to the other employees, which in turn led to disorganization. Garcia took it upon himself to try and talk some sense into his manager, and when Steven was questioned about his rude attitude, his response was to blame the workers he was managing. Steven even has a cocky moment where he rudely questions Garcia without really knowing who he is.
Steven, is that your name, sir?
Steven, yes, sir.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
What excuse is there to talk to people without being respectful to them? That was
Honestly,
it.
I don't think I was disrespectful. You have to talk up. They will not listen to you. I came into this company just like you. Wanted to be nice, low tone. It doesn't work. But I'm not gonna let you continue telling me I'm disrespecting my crew. Have you been in the fast food business before?
No, I haven't.
Have you any experience in the restaurant business?
After having a heated discussion with Steven and having been done with his recon, Garcia decides to drop his disguise in order to make a decision about this branch of his fast food chain. Surprisingly, Silva, who has seen enough, comes to the final decision that this branch must be shut down and all the employees and manager be retained at how to do their jobs. Although it's a tough blow to all his employees, Silva feels it's best that he made this decision.
I'm CEO for this company. Right here, right now, we're going to shut the restaurant down. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself because at the end of the day, accountability rests on my shoulders because we didn't properly train them.
Erica, ma'am, we're shutting down. We're getting one last car and that's it. We're shutting down.
I'm mortified. I actually am mortified that it happened, but there really was no other solution under the circumstances.
We're closed for tonight.
With that, sadly, we've come to the end of the video. Do you remember any other intense moments on the show? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys! From a dispatch employee who gets aggressive with a customer over a call,
I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind.
But it's on the way home.
You're lying to me.
to a workshop employee who cuts corners on fixing,
My goal is to get this car in and out of my area as quick as possible.
The quality is good.
Is it done the way somebody would learn in school? No.
This video is going to cover some of the rudest and most idiotic employees to have ever been on Undercover Boss. Just wait and watch these employees get themselves fired. It is going to be one hell of a ride. So kicking it off, we have the owner of a luxury chauffeur transportation service that has locations in over 700 cities worldwide going undercover.
I don't think there is a place you can go that we can't pick you up.
The episode mentioned above is the 6th episode of the 6th season. Chairman and CEO of Empire CLS was this episode's boss, and he was going undercover to figure out whether his company was running smoothly.
In a suit and tie, or they see me on my motorcycle. So they're gonna see me sort of preppy. I don't know how they'll spot me looking like that.
For his first job, Sealinger heads out to Las Vegas at the Executive to get in more touch with what was going on in the most important part of the business, chauffeuring.
Today I'm going to be working with one of the chauffeurs at Executive Las Vegas, which is our affiliate in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Seelinger hasn't chauffeured in ages, but feels confident that he will be able to manage just fine.
Now, I haven't driven as a chauffeur probably in 25 years, but it's like riding a bicycle. You never lose it.
I'm a chauffeur for Executive.
Okay.
This is a true test for Seelinger as a CEO. While on the job, Seelinger learns that not chauffeuring all this time had caused him to lose touch. He was being corrected on minor details that he would miss by the chauffeur who was accompanying him that day. CEO or not, there's always a lot to learn. After that job, Seelinger heads out to Secaucus, New Jersey to work at the Empire CLS headquarters. He was quite excited about this job since he felt this was an area of his business that he didn't have much hands-on experience with.
My greatest fear being at this facility is that I will get caught. I'm seen here a lot, but hopefully, with this great disguise, I won't be seen.
Uh-oh. Looks like the employees are going to have to watch out for this since Seelinger is going to be extra aware of everything that was going on there. Seelinger is working at the dispatch center, which deals with logistics, and most importantly, handles the customers. This was the backbone of the company. Seelinger is paired with Anthony, a dispatcher, to learn the ropes of the job. As the two start to work, Seelinger is impressed by Anthony's work and even praises him for it.
The perfect dispatcher is somebody that can juggle a lot of things at one time. From speaking with customers, immediately speaking then to a chauffeur, to training.
I think you're ready for some live calls, man.
Anthony gives a demo to Seelinger before letting him handle a customer call. This is when a customer calls in requesting a detour. The customer explains his situation, and Anthony asks the customer to put the chauffeur on the line.
Are you on location?
No.
Are you going to be late?
No, I'm not.
Well, thank you very much.
This is when Anthony has a sudden shift in his attitude. He tells the chauffeur to take him off speaker since he only wants to speak to the chauffeur himself.
No problem, sir. No problem at all.
Can I speak to the chauffeur?
And if I'm there for more than 3 minutes, you can charge me.
I'm gonna have to take this one, bro. Can I just speak with the chauffeur for 1 second, please? I just want to run something by the chauffeur.
Sure.
Seelinger looks quite shocked at this rude attitude of Anthony's.
Is this on the way to his house? You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him.
Since the customer is asking for a detour, it definitely does cause a delay in the travel. But the customer requests this since he was a long-standing customer of the company. Despite this, Anthony takes it upon himself and even calls the customer a liar. This guy was just asking to be fired.
Familiar with the city as well, bro. I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind.
But it's on the way home.
You're lying to me.
Literally 10 feet, and then that's it, and I get right back on the highway.
Luckily for him, Seelinger actually hears his story out, which ultimately lets him keep his job. This guy just cut it too close. Next up, this employee has a different approach when it comes to training newcomers. The boss is shocked to see that such an employee is working at his establishment.
So, like this right here, because nobody is like in here, I would sweep that up. The toppings area is where it gets
To be swept.
cray. Yeah.
This was the 5th episode of the 5th season of Undercover Boss, and the company for this episode was Menchie's, a self-serve frozen yogurt chain based out of Encino, California.
Menchie's is the largest self-serve frozen yogurt chain in the world.
Menchie's has locations in over 35 states in the U.S. and in over 8 countries.
This dessert dynasty sells more than 30 million cups of yogurt a year.
The man leading this company was Amit Kleinberger. Kleinberger goes undercover as Alan Stein, an aspiring entrepreneur on a TV show looking for experience to start his own business. The camera crew were all set up under this ruse, and a fake host was even hired for this task. Quite the commitment to make sure things are low-key.
They have no idea this is actually Undercover Boss.
After his first job in Seattle, Washington, Kleinberger heads out to Bonnie Lake in Washington to shadow yet another shift leader.
Hi.
I'm looking for Drew.
Yep, that's me.
Hi, I'm Alan.
Hi.
Kleinberger is assigned to Drew, a shift leader working at the location. As Drew starts to explain the do's and don'ts of the job, Kleinberger is upset with the lack of enthusiasm that she explains with. She tells Kleinberger in the most boring tone about how things were going to work, and this has left Kleinberger in an annoyed state.
Someone walks in the door, greet them right away. You know, hi, welcome to Menchie's. How you doing today? Whatever.
Drew sure is pushing the boss's buttons without even realizing it. Since a customer walks in, Drew takes this chance to give a demo of what was supposed to be done and how. After this, Drew turns around to Kleinberger and tells him the importance of having to always keep a smile while on the job. But this is when Drew says something that will shock you.
So just always smiley, happy. I mean, if you want to be rude, I guess that could be a twist, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
That was Drew's attempt at cracking a joke, but Kleinberger doesn't seem to be too impressed by her. Behind the cameras, Drew says that talking to Kleinberger is like talking to a wall.
Talking to Alan is like talking to the yogurt machine.
No way to be talking about the CEO, especially not behind his back and on camera. Drew then explains some more parts of the job, and then tells Kleinberger to start sweeping the place while singing songs about how she doesn't want to work.
I would sweep that up.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay.
I don't want to have to work.
Mind you that she's saying all this out loud while the customers are present. Kleinberger puts his complete effort into the jobs he's given, but Drew doesn't glance over or even give him any instructions on how to do the job properly. All she had done was given a briefing and then asked a newbie to clean up.
Cleaning tables, machines from the front, the drip trays, and she was not really walking me through the steps and explaining.
This was no way for an existing employee to talk to a new one. The two of them go about the different parts of the job, and Kleinberger comes to the realization that he wasn't learning anything on the job. Drew constantly kept dropping hints at what she wanted him to do while she stood around bossing him.
This is not how I envision training of a new team member in our organization.
Jeeves, get the slicer.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything. So, take this,
Uh-huh.
cut off each end,
Okay.
and peel away.
Okay.
Kleinberger is pissed off, and he is disappointed that this was the way that his employees were being trained. After Kleinberger and Drew go drop off some of the garbage, the two return to the store to continue their shifts. During this, Drew says this to Kleinberger, and you will not believe it.
Working here at Menchie's pretty much sucks. That's not my favorite.
Drew tells Kleinberger that pretty people shouldn't be allowed to do anything, and all Kleinberger can do is laugh at this statement. No employee has ever looked right in the eye of the boss and uttered these words. Drew sure is an example of a terrible employee. Following that mess of an employee, we have another one who managed to get on the wrong side of the boss when he tells the boss of something shocking. In the 4th episode of the 6th season, the president of Mako, an automotive care franchise, goes undercover to see if his company was functioning like a well-oiled engine. Jose Costa, the president of the company, was controlling over 480 shops throughout the US and more in Canada. Costa had made his way into the business after coming to the US as an immigrant. Despite being the president of an automotive shop franchise, Costa didn't have much experience with cars.
Actually, you might be surprised, I'm not a car guy. I've never painted a car, I've never sanded a car.
Looks like his time undercover is gonna be tough. Despite this, Costa was given the position because of his talents, and this says a lot about him as a person. While going undercover, Costa's concerns are on how well the employees and franchises were following the company guidelines.
I'm very concerned that our franchisees are not following our guidelines.
Like most of the episodes, Costa was going undercover as an Argentinian entrepreneur on a TV show, trying to win his own business. Costa makes sure his disguise is believable, and then he's all set for his undercover job. Costa makes his way to his first job in Orlando, Florida, where he would be working as a body technician. Costa had particularly chosen this franchise since they had the best reviews for body detailing, and ranked number 9 on the overall list.
They do $2.5 million, and I want to learn from the best.
Costa is paired with Jim, a body technician working at the franchise. Costa makes it very clear to the camera that he was indeed nervous about the job, since he had no prior experience in such a field.
I'm really nervous. I'm going to screw up.
The two meet and Jim doesn't waste any time and instructs Costa to first go and change into the uniform. Jim then brings Costa over to the first car that he would work on and explains to him what all needed to be done for the job. Each dent and scratch that were on the car had to be cleared off within a specific amount of time. Otherwise, a body tech could be stuck on the same work for several hours. And since the employees were getting paid for the work they do and not the amount of time they work, time was money. Jim makes it clear that Costa gets what he's talking about and tells this to him.
Time is money, time is money. If you want to make more, you have to work more.
After this, the two of them get to work, and Costa seems to be doing okay in his job. Meanwhile, Jim watches over Costa to make sure that the work is done right and on time. Costa is given a car all to himself to work on, and Jim comes and goes as he checks on the work being done. While sanding the car that he is given, Costa messes up, and Jim says that his 3-year-old child could do better. Jim struggles to put it as nicely as possible when it comes to telling Costa that he sucked. This is when Jim comes back around to the point of managing time, and then curiously says this.
Using the minimal amount. My goal is to get this car in and out of my area as quick as possible.
The quality is good.
Is it done the way somebody would learn in school? No.
Costa is disappointed when he hears this and even questions Jim. Jim replies telling him that cutting corners sometimes is alright, as long as the work is completed on time. Looks like Jim's got his time management down, but his ethics are still lacking a lot to be desired. Last but not least, this next employee takes it a bit too far when it comes to games. The boss is so infuriated that he immediately phones it in.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls is just really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
In the second episode of the first season, the CEO of Hooters, Kobe Brooks, goes undercover to see if his company was operating with the same high standards. Headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, Hooters was one of the largest growing restaurants in the U.S. The company was started by Brooks' father in 1983, and the company had over 400 locations at the time of the episode. Since Hooters focused on employing women waiters, this had caused the name of Hooters to only be associated with women in short shorts. This meant that the company was falling behind in sales, and this is what Brooks wanted to find a solution for by going undercover. For his first job, Brooks heads out to Dallas, Texas, where he would be working in the kitchen helping out in the service. Little does Brooks realize that the day he would work was going to be super hectic. Brooks had a hard time managing to do all the duties that are given to him, and struggles to keep calm while working, even breaking some dishes in the process. Brooks learns that the job required an employee to be on call at any point, especially during rush hours. After that, Brooks heads out to South Arlington, Texas to another one of his franchises. Brooks was there to observe the general manager, who was supposed to coach and take care of the employees. The manager at this branch is Jimbo, and his methods were going to be put to the test. Jimbo hands over the uniform to Brooks, and then sits down with him to explain what the job was going to be. Jimbo and Brooks' first job together is inspecting the waitress's dress code.
The first thing we're going to do is uniform lineup. All right, bam. We're going to line these girls up.
After explaining the job, Jimbo brings over Brooks to introduce to the girls, but Jimbo gives a nickname for Brooks, which Brooks isn't too happy about.
And ladies, I'm sure you're wondering who the man to my left is. This is Scotty, okay? You can call him Scooter, all right?
Then Jimbo addresses the girls, and Brooks' reaction to this is priceless.
AKA Scotty. You with me? He's running the show. I'll probably be back in the kitchen helping out. Okay, who's your man in Amsterdam today?
Jimbo lines up the women, brings them up one by one. The only disturbing part of this is that Jimbo doesn't check them. He also passes comments on the girls.
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Brooks is not at all comfortable with the way that Jimbo handles the floor, and his disagreement can be seen on his face. Although Jimbo is effectively doing his job, the way that he talks to the girls is unacceptable.
You know, nail polish is nice. Hey, why don't you get another tattoo before tomorrow too, okay?
Brooks is also confused by this very odd approach to doing things. The customers soon pour in and the place starts to get busy. When Brooks spends a little time with the customer's child, Jimbo disapproves and puts him back to work, calling him a rookie.
Rookie.
Jimbo also takes complete control over the work environment and keeps the girls for longer periods of time. He doesn't even allow the school-going employees to leave. Instead, Jimbo forces the girls to participate in games of his own creation. And for this episode, he had decided that the girls would chow down on beans, but only with their mouths. Jimbo had gone too far.
Brianna, how are they, baby? Oh, they look tasty. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me?
It's hard for me on this one to bite my tongue.
With that, sadly we've come to the end of the video. Which employee did you find to be the worst? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked our video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Today, we're diving into an episode of Undercover Boss that unravels a shocking truth. Employees who pour their heart and soul into their work, but aren't receiving their fair share. Tune in to witness the raw emotions as gratitude mixes with frustration when the truth unfolds. Will the undercover boss be moved by their employees' struggles and take meaningful action? Or will this be just another moment of corporate reality? In the bustling world of Mr. Rooter, a company that handles plumbing, electricals, appliance work, and landscaping, Dina held a significant role as an upper management owner. As someone with considerable authority and responsibilities, she was no stranger to the intricacies of running a successful business. A dedicated and passionate employee would lead her to a profound revelation about the emotional connections some workers have with their job and the unsettling truths that are hidden behind them. Reuters, as I know them, operate on a value-based culture of respect and integrity. However, in corporate expansion and hustling, it lost the basic component of caring for its employees.
My name's Wayne. Huff. Faith Brown. Nice to meet you. You ready to go?
Wayne shared his love for the job, revealing an emotional bond he had formed with the work he performed daily.
So what do you like?
Mr. Reuter's kind of sentimental to me. My father worked for him before I ever came along.
This man was not just an employee, he was a craftsman, an artisan who took pride in his skills. But at the same time, he was not feeling the best regarding employee payments. And what did he just say here? Did he end up owing them?
Raising Cain about their paychecks. They had a guy who worked 60 hours. When they gave him his paycheck, he owed them $21.20.
That's ridiculous.
How does that happen?
The revelation came as a surprise to Dina, who had not been aware of the problems bubbling beneath the surface. As Wayne candidly addressed these issues, Dina listened intently, realizing the significance of hearing the perspectives of frontline workers like Wayne.
You expect you made $1,000 this week, you get your check and it's $500. The accountant would say, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, and nah.
I can't believe she actually acknowledged the fact that he should be taking care of his family and not worrying about the paycheck. That definitely shows character. He goes ahead and tells her that he's not the only one facing this issue. Other employees were facing this as well, and there was some shady business going on in the upper management.
But then I take into account everything that actually goes on with this company behind the scenes, and there's a lot of misery.
Any person that is in a managerial role will be upset hearing this. She calls her secretary right away and asks her what's up.
Hello, this is Mary. Hey, it's Dina calling. Seems like there's a compensation issue. The finance guy doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for his opinion.
Can't fix anything if we don't know about it. So
exactly.
Now is the moment of truth. Will Dina address the concerns, or did she put up a good show? Oh wow, why is my first thought here about her short hair?
So I talked to Mary Thompson, who's actually the president of Mr. Reuter. I said, Mary, I'd like you to just check into this because Wayne's sharing a concern with me, and I'm going to continue to follow what's happening in this relationship. And so we'll take care of all of these compensation issues.
She did take it up to the hierarchy and fix the compensation issues. That is commendable. Only if employers understand how important it is to look at things from a ground level in order to run a business smoothly.
Alexander Valley Chardonnay. Really tough to all take in a really short period of time.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, I can read the back of it.
What are those horns? Man, this guy's taking disguise very seriously. So it looks like this is a wine company CEO who is keen on how their operations and the employees work. Fair enough. It's interesting to see these CEOs get into a buddy-up situation where they actually work with an employee to see what it's like. But guess what? He finds out his skills have gotten rusty over time.
It's half price today. I think that's right.
And so this entitles...
No, I don't know. I'll ask her. She's yeah, but it'll all be good. A little bit rusty in the sales aspect.
Talk about a wake-up call, man. Seeing his skills a bit rough around the edges makes him appreciate his hard-working crew even more. And he's stoked to have someone like Savannah who's got his back, sharing her expertise like a true team player. She's really good with her customer skills. Whoa, during their lunch break, the CEO discovers something that hits him hard. Turns out Savannah spills the beans about her employment situation. She's not a permanent employee, and that's why her paychecks have been painfully low. Talk about a gut punch. But that's not all. Savannah opens up about her personal struggles too. Man, life hasn't been kind to her. She lost her mom to a drug overdose, and on top of that, she's been through homelessness. It's like she's been dealt a really rough hand, and yet, here she is giving her all to her job.
See, my mom passed away from a drug overdose as well.
Yeah.
She passed away, I was not even 2. So my dad was a single father, and so, you know, he's had his girlfriend, and then it was at the point where no one got along, and then they pushed me away, and they told me to leave, and so I did. And
So were you homeless?
I was homeless, yeah.
She's doing the best she can, but I was also thinking about those 3 kids.
Hearing Savannah's story really shakes the CEO to the core. It's one thing to see the numbers on a spreadsheet, but it's a whole other ballgame when you meet the people behind those numbers. It hits him that he's got employees fighting battles he knows nothing about. Oh man, you won't believe the big reveal. The CEO sits down with Savannah, and he's got this huge grin on his face.
I ran sales for Kendall Jackson for 19 years.
Wow.
I gotta work on my skills.
You gotta work on your skills, yes, definitely.
So I know you've been working hard. You told me that you work 6 days a week as a part-time employee. You know, you got 3 kids.
Definitely.
He's so stoked to share some life-changing news with her. Hey Savannah, he says, you know what? You've blown us away with your dedication and hard work. So here's the deal. You're getting a full-time job, and with that comes a sweet $5,000 raise.
You are now a full-time employee. That's a $5,000 raise.
Oh my gosh.
We've actually suspended 401ks. You know, it's a $1 million expense.
But hold up, that's not all. The CEO's got more up his sleeve. He announces that they're bringing back the 401k plan for all employees.
People like you that need benefits and have to think about their retirement. So as a company, we're actually going to restore the 401k in the next 30 days.
Oh my God.
How does that make you feel that that's because of you?
Yep, you heard that right. The company investing in their people's future and making sure they've got a solid plan for retirement. It's like a wave of positive change is sweeping through the company. You can feel the energy and excitement in the air. The CEO's happy, the employees are happy, and heck, even I'm happy just hearing about it. This big reveal is more than just numbers on paper. It's a catalyst for transformation. The CEO's not just running a company, he's building a family, a community of people who support and uplift each other. In the next segment of this eye-opening journey, the hotel owner sets out on a mission to uncover the truth behind the bad bit his nose. He thought he was running a tight ship, but clearly there were cracks he wasn't aware of. At that moment, he realizes that it's not just about making money, it's about taking care of the people who make the magic happen day in and day out. These are the unsung heroes, the chefs, the staff, the heart and soul of the hotel. Time for the big reveal. I wonder what he has to offer to this passionate soul. Wayne's passion and determination leave David, the hotel owner, totally floored. It's like despite the limited resources, Wayne's been busting his butt and chasing his culinary dreams like a rock star. So there you have it, those jaw-dropping moments when employees get the boot from their bosses. We've seen some real doozies, haven't we? But now it's your turn to chime in. Who do you think compensated the best? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.